Yeah, guys, let's move forward. I'm sure that you've done with the previous configurations, how to save your running configurations to the startup configurations, right? Now, we are going to talk about how to protect your switch, right? How you are going to protect your switch. You know, when you have your switch, like the switch that I have now, like this switch will have what we call a console port. This is the console port, the blue one, this one. You can assign like a password to this port in order to protect it, right? So if somebody's trying to plug, they are going to ask him a password. But when you are done with protecting your switch physically, like against physical access, you have to protect again your switch remotely, right? What does it mean? You have to protect it in order, even if somebody wanna try to access it remotely from distance, they are going to ask him like a password, right? And you can also give like access to other people who are working like in your company. Maybe you are 4 or you are 5 guys, right? Let me try to share my screen and I'm going to show you how we are going to configure this, right? So remember, we are talking about how to protect your switch physically and remotely. What are the commands that you need to use, all right? Let me try to share my screen. Yeah, so those are the two ways. The first one is the physical way. You said line console 0. Line console 0, this is the name of that physical port. 0 means the first port. It will start with 0. Line console 0, password, you choose your own password. Like me, I've chosen Cisco. You can choose your own password. As I said, you have to put login. That login means you are asking the switch to pop up a message that will ask somebody to punch the password. This is the meaning of login. So you type line console 0 because you are asking the switch to go to the line console 0. You precise your password and you say login. When you are done, when you want to configure the remote connection, you type line VTY. Line VTY shows that you want to configure the virtual line. You type line VTY 0 to 15. You put 0 space 15. What does it mean? 0 space 15 means you are allowing 16 connections like at the same time. You are allowing 16 connections, means you are allowing 16 other technicians to access your switch. You can be in Durban, you can access the switch. Somebody else from your company can be in Pretoria, can access the switch. Somebody else can be in the USA, can still access the switch, right? But you can also say 0 to 4. 0 to 4 means you're allowing 5. 0 the first, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're allowing 5 people, right? So you type 9 VTY 0 to 15. Password, you put your password and you say login. Let's see how to configure it. Let's go to packet tracer. We're going to see how to configure it, right? Okay, let's just start something new, right? So you need maybe 2 PC. You put the 2 PCs and you have your switch, all right? Your switch is there. You connect your console cable, right? You must do it with me, right? And this PC, you connect it also here. Yeah, to any port, right? Now, this PC, you see that there is no console cable here. Those are like other computers, like in your company. Those computers must be in the same network as a switch. By being in the same network means same IP. You go to your PC, you give your PC like an IP. Maybe it's 192.168.1.2, right? You give it an IP address. When you are done with giving Let me see if you can see my screen. Sometimes you cannot see. Let me check if you can see how I'm assigning this IP address. Yeah. So you go to your PC. You assign it like an IP address, right? When you are done, right, we need now to configure the switch by going to the PC where the console cable is connected, right? Okay. Now, okay, I'm just facing problems when it comes to sharing and so on, all right? Okay, you go to the PC, you go to terminal, as usual, press enter. Let me try again to check if you can see my screen again. Okay. Okay. Now, what you must do, same configurations, right? You type enable, press enter, configure terminal, right? You press enter, right? You said, let's start first with line console and line virtual. Line console 0, you press enter, password, Cisco, and you have to log in, right? You say login, right? Why login? Because you want a message to pop up. Okay, we are done with line console. You have to exit, because if you continue, you're going to continue under this port. You have to exit first. You exit. When you exit, now we can go to line VTY. Line VTY. Suppose like I want to allow 16 people. I'm gonna put 0 space 15. So 16 people, 0 to 15 means the first technician who's going to access my switch, it's gonna be 0. Second technician, 1, and so on, right? You press enter, password, it's what? It's Cisco 2. My password was Cisco 2, you press enter, right? And you say what? Don't forget to log in, press enter. So you just type line space VTY 0 space 15. Password space Cisco 2 login. You are done. And you have to exit. You have to come out from this one. Because if you continue, you are continuing under this virtual line. You exit. When you exit, because you are trying to access your switch from distance, your switch requires an IP address. You have to give it an IP address. It's going to be, and that IP, you are going to assign it to which port, which interface? The interface VLAN 1. So your switch requires first an IP address. You're gonna type interface VLAN 1, because this is the interface you wanna assign with an IP address. You press enter and you put an IP address. IP address 192.168.1.1.0, right? When you are done, you press enter. And you have to switch on the port by saying no shutdown, right? And you press enter. Enter again. You are done. So the processes are line space console 0, password, you put your password, login. When you are done with line console 0, you must move to line space VTY space 0 to 15, right? And you come down, you say password, you put your password, and you say